What up? How are we today? Happy holidays. Happy holidays. My favorite time of year, favorite season. Wanted to pop in. We're talking today about what happens when your script is a turkey. I love turkeys. They're cute. We're always talking about screenplays. We're always talking about reading and analyzing screenplays. That's what we do every week. I love doing these live trainings, just popping in for a quick topic, a quick thing, and also have a really special thing at the end here. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching the replay if you're doing that. Thanks for being part of our world. So it is my favorite time of year, favorite season. I love fall and I love Thanksgiving. Absolutely love that we have a day where we think about all the things to be grateful for. I think it's fantastic. And I love all the different ways that different cultures and societies do that. We are doing it this week in America. And I know in other places, it's not this week, but always wishing that for everyone at all times, for sure. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of our world. And just want to take a few minutes to talk about screenplay analysis. And, we're kind of tongue in cheek when your script is a turkey, because we here at Hollywood Gatekeepers, we actually don't believe that there are any scripts that are turkeys or that are bad. So what we would do want to talk about is, what happens when you find a script that maybe isn't up to par. That's your job as a reader. So here at Hollywood Gatekeepers, we train people how to be expert readers for the film industry. And we dive in and we teach people how to analyze screenplays so that we can be champions for writers. I know we're called Hollywood Gatekeepers, but we are actually here to kick that gate open, right? That's the whole point. We want to help writers. We are totally champions for writers, really understand the struggle. I'm a writer myself. And so now that the writer's strike is over, we can really dive in and help writers get their screenplays ready so that we can hit the ground running in the new year. And then also, as readers, we are here to support producers. Producers are insanely busy. They don't have time to read all the scripts that come across their desk. So that's where we step in. We read that script. We write a thing called coverage, and we tell them what we think the script needs. We tell them what all the great things about the script. And that's what we do. That's what we do as readers. And so we are constantly doing trainings about how to be a reader, how to analyze screenplays, how to write screenplays. That's our focus here at Hollywood Gatekeepers. So some of you know us already. Some of you are in our program. Some of you are brand spanking new. So it's really lovely to get to know you guys. It's really lovely to do these free trainings. I'm Carolyn J. Carpenter, founder and host, co-founder. And then Douglas Shaner is also a founder of Hollywood Gatekeepers, and we have so much fun bringing you these trainings all the time. So today we're talking about kind of tongue in cheek when a script is a turkey, but meaning like when a script has problems, what do you do about it? And I have this cute little thing that I'm going to share. She says with confidence. I'm going to share this so that you guys can see. Hold on one second here. Share your screen. So you can see just a little handout that we have. Hold on. They move things. Here we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm finding it. There we go. Okay. We got it. So this little handout also has, we have lots of different programs where we teach people how to read and analyze screenplays, where we help you get started in your career. We have a breaking in blueprint that helps you get started and map out what you're going to do. We have our programs where we teach people how to read. We have all kinds of stuff. But today, we're talking about when a script is a turkey, some people prefer ham. So what that means is that stories are subjective, right? So really looking at, a script overall, and look, it has a cute little turkey in the back. I'm easily entertained. So when we look at a story, stories are incredibly subjective. Readers are incredibly subjective. And one of the things I love to do in our programs is for you to name a movie that you hate that others love, or name a movie that you love that others hate. And so it's really interesting. Like Stuart Smalley Saves His Family. We just talked about this in our programs yesterday. And it's one of my favorite movies. And some people just think it's silly, right? But I just think there's a depth to it that most people don't. Well, maybe not most people, but I don't mean to be condescending. Like most people don't see it. How ridiculous is that? But it speaks to me. And I think that Vincent D'Onofrio is an amazing actor. This is an old movie, but it's just, it's one of those movies that a lot of people think are stupid, but I happen to think that it has some great messages in it. But there's also movies, and I think it's even more fun to look at movies that in general, everyone hates. I mean, everyone loves, and you're like, I don't get it. And I love that. It is subjective, which is why we need readers. We need as many people as possible to give their opinions so that voices can come to light, right? Because not everybody is going to agree with everything that everybody says, clearly. So we want to make sure that we have enough readers out in the world that will help get as many diverse voices up onto the screen, right? So not everybody loves everything. And that's a beautiful thing. My mother used to say, it's a good thing we all don't like the same thing, right? Which is so true. So it is, as readers, always remembering that it's subjective, and as a reader always being aware of your own bias. You have them. You're, even if you're not aware of what some of them are, when you read a screenplay, they come up. Like, you start to see your general feelings about things, and your general opinion, which is why we need as many people out there as possible to read and analyze screenplays, to help these writers get their screenplay into shape, and to help those producers pick the projects that they really will get behind and love, right? So respecting the gobble, meaning respecting the voice. Everyone has a story. What is your story? How have you reinvented yourself? Everyone has a voice. Is yours available to you, right? As readers, we help people find their voice. And as people, you can find your voice through journaling, through thought downloads. We just had a really amazing session inside of our programs. We meet weekly, and we just did a session that was what I call the holiday toolbox. And that is basically how to use your voice and your ability as a storyteller to survive the holidays, to be able to show up to places where maybe you're uncomfortable, maybe there's people, some people there in the mix that, drive you crazy, nothing like family, right? So how can you use your experience as a storyteller and your ability to create characters to kind of manifest lovely things in your life, and to be more even, and to have more ease? And that's, to me, what it's all about. It's why I became a life coach as well, so that I can help people help become readers, to help people write stories that are authentic. And by doing that, we have authentic lives. So when we look at our lives and we become authentic and we become honest with what we're dealing with in our life, when we start to realize how we're showing up, when we start to understand our biases, and we start to know what is my voice, what is your voice, we all have our own voices, and start to really be aware of that, then we can pour into a screenplay and really help a writer who might be starting out. One of the things that people say about screenplays sometimes is that they're knockoffs, or they're trying to recreate something somebody else already did. That's fine to me. I don't begrudge a writer for doing that, because what a writer is doing that when they do that is that they're finding their own voice. They're starting from a place of what they admire, what they're inspired by, what they see out in the world, and maybe they're mimicking at first. But it's our job, when we see that and we see a screenplay that is very similar, or is clearly they're being influenced by Aaron Sorkin, or there's Diablo Cody, and they're seeing a writer that they love and they're kind of mimicking it. It's like, okay, great, we now have a launch pad into that writer's voice, and we can get in there with that writer and respect their gobble gobble, right? Respect their voice and help them find, okay, now we know what your influences are. There's another level underneath that. And so when we help that writer dig in, we can figure that out. And one of the ways to become really skilled at that is to start at home. Really, be your own first client, be your own person to discover what your voice is through journaling, through thought downloads, meaning just writing random thoughts. You're writers, you have that superpower, being able to analyze your own thoughts and look at it like that. So that's a way that we can become really beneficial to writers, and we can really manifest great things in our life, and really stay in a place that's more even, where we really it can embrace and enjoy life with a lot of ease. And then being able to slice it up, being able to kind of look at the different things of a screenplay, and being able to hone in on the thing that can really make that screenplay shine. So, savor the dark meat, you put the sides, you make sure your potatoes are touching your green beans, or whatever it might be. But the idea that you can take a story and you can put it into pieces, and you can discover that wishbone, or what I call the hidden gem. And that is, inside of a story, there is always something, always, that makes that screenplay shine, that made that writer sit down and write that screenplay. And it's our job as readers to find that thing. It's in there. It's always in there. And if you find as a reader that you're reading a lot of screenplays, and you're just, people say this to me all the time, oh, you must read a lot of bad screenplays. And that's what they look like. They roll their eyes. Oh, you must read a lot of bad work. And it's like, no, I don't feel that. I never felt that. I've always felt that if I'm getting bored or I'm like, it's all terrible to me, then I'm not staying curious enough. There's always something. And when you find that thing, even if it's buried underneath terrible formatting, or they don't understand the 3 structure, or the dialogue is one note or different notes, there's always something. There's almost 3 million people that identify screenwriting as an interest on Facebook. Almost 3 million. And those are just the people on Facebook. There are millions of people that are interested in screenwriting. There are thousands of people that actually sit down and write a screenplay. So I have the utmost honor and respect for someone that sits down day after day and cranks out those pages. If you can get to the end of your 90 to 120 page screenplay, you are in a small percentage of people that actually do what they say they're going to do. So if I'm reading that screenplay, I'm going to read every sentence, I'm going to read every page, and I'm going to do my best to find the thing that made you sit in that chair every day, that made you figure out, I want to tell this story and I'm going to sit here until I do. And so when someone does that, especially when they have a body of work and they start doing more and more screenplays, and I really feel that when you finish one screenplay, dive into your next. Because what happens when you do that is something shifts and you become a writer. And by coming that as an identity shift, then suddenly the world will open up in a much bigger way. And as readers, it is our job to help that writer find that place where they really identify that I am a writer, I have a voice, and this reader is going to help me get that voice out there. So when you do think a script has a lot of problems, when you come in, we teach that you come into a screenplay not looking for the problems. You don't look for the problems. The problems you'll see. You don't have to look for the problems. They pop out, just like in life. We don't go looking for our problems. Our problems are just there. What we need to look for are the things that are right, the things that are good about the screenplay and about your life. Look for the things that are good. Look for the things that are right. Write them down. The more that you start looking intentionally for all the things that are good in your life and all the things that are good in that screenplay, the more you'll find. It's really amazing. Your brain is very efficient that way. We look for the things, we see the things we look for sure. So the more that you do that, the more you establish that way of living, of looking for the things that work, staying curious, the more screenplays will become interesting to you, the more you can write better coverage, the more people will want to work with you because you're coming from a place of wanting to make it work, not coming from a place of pointing out problems. It's the same thing happens. You still find the problems, but when you come at a place from looking for the good, people generate towards that. And we have so many people that are in this program doing that. And I'm so grateful for all of it. So I just wanted to get in there, say a little holiday message of how to make that story work and how to make it so that you can be that person that helps that writer do that. So I really appreciate those of you that showed up. I really love that those people that are watching the replay. And I want to take a special moment here to really thank you for being part of our world. I'm so thrilled that we get to be here and do these, talk about screenplays. If we're here talking about movies at all, then life is fantastic. And I'm going to share a link with you today, and I'm going to put it inside. I'll put it in the post as well, because I can't share it in the chat. So I'm going to create a banner. I'm going to put it on the screen here so that you can see it. This is a link from, there we go. This is a link. It is our kind of our special holiday Thanksgiving gift for you. It's all free. It's for you to check out a film called Hero. The producer of this movie came in and was a guest in our programs, and he is amazing. And so I really want you to take a look at this. I really want to thank Giovanni Marcisco. He came in, he was an amazing guest. He inspired everyone in our programs, and he has given us this link to share this movie with you. It is a beautiful, beautiful film. It's a documentary about people that do amazing things. And you'll see the tagline for it is, inside every one of us lies a hero waiting to be unleashed. Giovanni is my hero. He's amazing. I've only just met him. He's a new friend, and he has inspired me to no end. He's amazing. And he has these really huge dreams. And he has another movie called Dreamer. So, that's who he is. He is a dreamer and a hero to all. And he is on a mission to create new meaning to the world millionaire, and that we have millions of people that are reaching their dreams and doing, doing the thing, as opposed to it being something about finances. It's more about creating, millionaires, millions and millions of people that do the thing they want to do. So when you watch this film, that's the link for you. You can dive in. You can watch a trailer for it, and then he has a page there. It's only up for a couple of days, but we wanted to share that with you as our thank you for being part of it, being part of our world, being part of what we're doing here at Hollywood Gatekeepers, and being part of the film industry. It takes people that really want to uplift the world, that really want to have, bring those diverse and interesting voices to the screen. So thank you for sharing that link, and you're so welcome. It's so lovely to have you guys here. I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. So grateful to have you in our world. Enjoy this film. Thank you to Giovanni. He's amazing. And we'll continue to promote this movie as it continues out, but it's only up for a couple of days. So you definitely want to dive in, watch this film, be inspired, let it serve you over this Thanksgiving week. And thank you so much for being here. You guys are the best. We'll talk to you soon.